Hey, we are on day 8. We're talking about anxiety and balancing out with calm and stillness. By far the most biggest conversation about balance for me within this guidepost because of all the things that we don't sometimes do. So within this guidepost, Brené talks about letting go of anxiety as a lifestyle. The key thing being that anxiety is part of our reality, but it doesn't have to be a lifestyle choice or an acceptance that that's all there is. Because over time, that accumulation of anxiety, not only does it have us all up here in the body, that sympathetic fight or flight response, it can be really debilitating and it can stop us doing the things that we want or need to do. And sometimes that can be like loss of the ability to cope, to not be calm. So everything's on the outside rather than inside, and that can cause us to shut down and step away. And it also means that when things are quiet or still, that noise is deafening because all you can hear is all of the thoughts and all of the things, no matter what it is. And that's different for all of us. So this guidepost is all about cultivating calm and stillness, and those that have navigated through it and treat it as a reality rather than as part of their lifestyle have those moments. So they have the ability to remain calm in tricky situations, even if there's a lot going on underneath the surface, because then what they will do is they will have these periods of quiet reflection or stillness where you're not mixing it in with an activity. So it might be journaling, it might be meditating, it might be just sitting staring out of the window. It's not about putting your thoughts down and not having any thoughts, because that process in itself for a lot of people, especially when you talk about meditation, people think it's about thinking about nothing. This is about feeling things, processing things, thinking things, dreaming things, and questioning things. And stillness and quiet reflection is absolutely key to being able to do that. And the more we do that, that's not to say we spend a whole day doing it instead of doing our lives. That's just adding and weaving in those moments so that we can process. The more regulated we are in our body, the greater our ability to navigate trickier situations. And even if there is anxiety, we can process it later on. So settle in here with me, take a breath. Clear the decks just for a moment. And I want you to consider 2 things today. One is that question to yourself: are you taking those periods of quiet reflection? Can you be in stillness? 8 years ago, when I started practicing yoga, I would have run a mile at a relaxation or shavasana at the end of a practice. I won't say it's my favourite part of the practice, depends on the setting, but it is perhaps the most important element that has allowed me to take periods of quiet reflection in other ways in my life. And by that, I don't just mean meditating, as we talked about. So just consider how you might have those moments. And also allow yourself to be inspired by other people. Earlier on this year, I read something on an audiobook. I was in a tricky situation. I was finding it really tough to remain calm. So I had post-it notes all the way around my house. Mirror back with calm. Whatever happens, mirror back with calm. It worked, I'm happy to say. But also, I had a friend give me a great quote. It was that not every action needs a reaction and not every reaction needs an action. Sometimes we can say these things to other people. We don't always take that advice ourselves, for sure. But when we share it with people, we don't always realise the impact that it has. I have that post-it note up on my desk at work. I find it really useful in that setting. And it's been absolutely brilliant. So drawing inspiration on what others say, whether it's because I'm chatting to a friend or whether because I'm reading it, has been brilliant. So those 2 things today. Where are you getting those moments of quiet reflection? Where can you draw inspiration from? Today's practice is a practice of introspection and quiet reflection. That's probably not a surprise, so maybe that will be your moment today. Enjoy, take care, and I will see you next time.